And now, live from Isolation Station in Burbank, California, it's the Plague Week 38 of the Alison Rosen is Your New Best Friend show. Tonight, Alison welcomes her guest. She's a longtime morning radio star and current co-host of the podcast Cup of Tea and a Chat with Allie and Bean. It's Allie McKay. And she's a writer and artist who once single-handedly changed the definition of the word femininity. Look it up. It's Allie Segel. Tone Zone is here to remind us that it's a lovely weather for a socially distant sleigh ride together with no one. I'm her husband Daniel, saying hop on board the Love Bus and say hello to your new best friend, Alison Rosen.
Alison Rosen is your new best friend. Alison, with her the good times never end. Alison Rosen, doing the wavy pencil dance again. Alison's your new best friend.
Hello, my little chocolate lava cakes. Welcome to another exciting episode of Alison Rosen is Your New Best Friend. That particular carbohydrate was sent in on Patreon. By John Chasen. I'm on Patreon. You can submit carbohydrates for me to call you. I will give you a shout out on the show. There's weekly bonus episodes. I just did a live stream Zoom party where I told one of the listeners that his hair was majestic because it was. And then he upped his donation. I mean, not his donation, his subscription amount. Wow. You can have those kind of interactions with me. Patreon.com/Alison Rosen. Nice. I would like to say hello to my guest. This is a very special Alison-centric episode because we have Allie Segel. Hello.
Hi.
Welcome back.
Thank you. It's so good to be here again.
I know. We have a lot to catch up on.
We do.
And Allie McKay.
Hi.
Hello.
We have a lot to catch up on.
We do. You guys
felt like I needed
No, we
to.
do.
Okay.
You've both been on the show before. Allie Segel, you have been on, because I just realized I'm going to have to use some last names because when I just say Allie, you're not hearing
Everyone's
A-L-I
going to be
versus
so confused.
A-L-L-I-E. Unless I were to say Allie. Yeah, no, I'm not going to. And then Allie McKay suggested we try to get Allie Ward on this one too,
Right.
which would have been fun, but that's just chaos.
Yeah,
It's
you're
already
right.
going to be chaos.
Yeah, and she'd be like, "Ooh, let's talk about bugs," and we'd be like, "Not now, Allie."
Not again.
So she does the bug thing with you guys too?
All the time.
I've actually never met her. I just wanted to be in on the joke. I haven't met her, and I haven't had the privilege of bug talk with her yet.
Well,
Bug
you
honey,
will
go.
one day.
I hope so.
Okay, so Allie Segel has been on. You've been on a Monday show, and you've been on a few Thursday shows.
Yes. And I've also been on K-Rock, so this is like a human centipede with me in the middle.
That's right. And then
Yeah.
Allie McKay, you've been on a Monday show, and
Yes.
you were on Kevin and Bean, and then did it officially change to Kevin and Jensen? What was it called? No, Allie and Jensen. What happened?
First
Fill
off,
me in.
can I be the front of the centipede? I know it should be Alison Rosen, but I feel like if she can be in the middle, I just want to call dibs on front.
Yeah, why did I
calling
choose the word?
Shotgun?
Yeah, shotgun on the
Shotgun on the
centipede.
peed?
Shot a
I'm gonna start my own peed. It's just gonna be me over here. That's cool, right?
All right.
Yeah, that's the best there is.
Sorry, Tony. You're at the end.
That's all right.
And I would also like to say hello and welcome to Tony Thaxton. Do you feel alienated already because you have a different name?
Very
Your
much
name
so.
is Tony Braxton?
It's like I'm a freshman in high school all over again.
Oh, it's Tony Thaxton with a TH.
Sorry.
That's all right. It doesn't happen as frequently in 2020.
Yes.
Well, partially because I don't see human beings, but because
Yeah,
she's
You
kind
don't
of
have to
dropped
break
out.
your heart.
Exactly.
So, Allie McKay,
Yes.
my very ham-fisted question, which was blah blah blah. Wait, so what happened? So that's the question with K-Rock.
Oh.
I know that the show changed people, and then Jensen Karp, which is the way that I originally met Allie Segel. He can go in this human centipede too. Then he was a host.
This is getting long.
Wow, this is a really long centipede now. Yeah, it was Kevin and Bean, and then in November, Bean moved to London and retired from LA radio. And then Jensen had been there a couple months kind of just to fill. And then we knew Jensen was going to be the one that stayed. So it was Kevin, Jensen, and me. And it was called Kevin in the Mornings with Allie and Jensen. Very catchy. Not at all wordy at all. And that lasted until March 16th when they fired us over the phone at the beginning of a pandemic. They thought people wouldn't notice.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it was gross. It was totally gross. But at least they said it was about a bunch of different reasons instead of just a big money drop, which I get. If they would have just said, listen, Kevin makes a lot of money, Allie's making good money, we're paying Jensen good money, we need to let go of that money. I almost would have respected it, but
Right.
what are you going to do?
So what you're saying is the answer they gave you did not ring, or the reasons they gave you did not ring true.
100%. Because I knew what our ratings were in relation to the rest of K-Rock's ratings. And we were the only reason K-Rock was staying above sinking level, essentially.
Yeah.
So it was an interesting call. And, I mean, what are you going to do? Things happen. But the way that they did it and the way that they did it to Kevin, a guy that was on the air there for 30 years, is despicable, and that's the part that really bothered me. I'm fine. I'm loaded, so it didn't bother me. It's not true. So,
It seems like with Loveline, they also got rid of the people that we know, and then suddenly it was people that I had not heard of who were doing Loveline.
yeah, that happened. I think when it was still CBS Radio, they got rid of Drew and Mike Catherwood, which makes zero sense. And then they had someone else take I don't even know what happened with that. But essentially, they have no rights to it anymore, Drew and Mike. And for what basically Drew and Poor Man created decades ago. So it's the in and outs of radio.
Radio, yeah.
So, like, I thought television was gross. I thought that was pretty bad. Like, at the beginning of your shift, they could just rip you off and be like, we're not extending your contract. We'll see you later. But in radio, they'll literally do it like in the middle of a sentence. They'll be like, hey, we're flipping to country. Beat it. It's bizarre. It's crazy. So,
Well, welcome to the world of podcasts and Patreon.
it's very exciting, Alison Rosen.
Well, you have
Allie-
a podcast now, don't you? Sorry, I just took Alison Rosen's job. Don't you have
No,
a
take
podcast
it.
now with Bean?
I do, on Patreon. That's why I think she was saying, welcome.
you
By
were
the
go-
way,
Oh, sorry. Okay, sorry.
for you Patreon people that are
excited.
seeing my Santa outfit that also looks like I'm a boxer, like, bad things are happening. So I
it's
apologize.
great. It's great. Let's just break this down for the people of Patreon. Allie McKay is in it's like the most wonderful time of the year in her apartment. There's is that a balsam hill tree?
Allison, great eye.
Thank you.
Thank
I realize that makes it sound like I am not only an enthusiast but a connoisseur of the high end artificial trees. It's
You are to
just
me.
I only know Balsam Hill.
Yeah.
That might be all there is. It might be a monopoly. So you've got like a beautiful, picture perfect, Hallmark, well lit tree next to a fire glowing in your flat screen TV. And then there's like some Balsam Hill looking garland all around it. And oh my gosh, there's some kind of tablescape with mini trees and other tchotchkes back there. And you're dressed as Santa Claus.
I love a Christmas, you guys.
I love it. But I
love
think you were
Christmas.
going to explain that the Santa Claus hood is like covering some wet hair.
I took a nap and didn't set my alarm in time to fix the hair. I can show you. Like the back is just crazy wavy. It's bad. There's bad stuff happening. But the hood of this robe, you can either look like you're about to do a Mom Said Knock You Out video. You look a little bit like a boxer, or you see the side and you're like, hey, there's my ball. So Everything's fine.
I'm doing an Adam and Eve sponsor read later in the show.
Oh,
and
go on.
it is so tempting to just use that as my segue, but I had intended
there's
to
my
do
ball.
it later.
Oh, here's my ball. That's where I put it.
And then we have Allie Segel, who is wearing
Yes.
like a gingham, puffy sleeved, cool top. We thought she might be naked when she first joined, but it's just that her sleeves weren't on screen. She's got
Unfortunately
2 nameplate necklaces to honor herself and Dolly Parton. But isn't Dolly the name of your new dog?
Yeah, so now I feel like I have to get a third nameplate necklace for my other dog.
I think you do.
Yeah.
Especially if he watches this.
Yeah, of course.
And
He's so mad.
you've got like magic eye mirrors. Is that what those are called?
I guess so. One, they're little mirrors that I got on sale from like some store, and one of them's broken, so there was 3 for the price of like half of one. And then the wood. I have like a little wood art design here in the middle, and a friend of mine made that. She does wood carving. Her name is Alexis Mixter, and she does really cool wood designs.
That's cool. Now,
Yeah.
you were at your parents' house for a while, right? Because I don't normally read, like, hold a mirror up to people's tweets. But you tweeted something that I thought was so funny.
Oh, no.
It was that your dad told you that your personality can be a little annoying and he needs some space from you this morning. And then you're like, radical honesty, love it.
So I'm very fortunate that I just moved into a new house, but it wasn't ready for quite a while. So I had to live with my parents for essentially all of quarantine for 7 months. And I'm a 34-year-old woman who had to live at home with her family during a pandemic. And I mean, obviously we're all socially isolating, but I wasn't allowed to go on like social distance walks or get outside coffee with people or anything like that because my parents were so concerned about COVID. So it was just me and my mom and my dad in Thousand Oaks, in a house for 7 months straight. And you can imagine how that ensued.
What happened when your dad needed a break?
I'll tell you exactly what happened. So I was talking too much about the crush I have on Hunter Biden.
Oh,
And my dad told me, my dad doesn't understand. We're all liberal. I won't get into politics too much, but he doesn't understand the Hunter Biden thing. And he told me that he needed space for me because he needed me to stop talking about my crush on Hunter Biden.
I get it. There's something raw and sensual about that man.
Yeah.
That also could be a segue into my read, but again, I intend to do it later.
Yeah. Yeah. I was like Googling pictures of him on denim, like, and sending them to the group family chat. That's when my parents told me I needed to go into my own room. I got grounded.
Wait, what's denim on denim?
thank you for asking.
Oh, he was in like a Canadian tuxedo. There are these fantastic pictures of Hunter Biden outside a 7-Eleven, and he's wearing jeans and then a jean jacket, and it has like fur on, or not fur, but like that. What's that white kind of
Sherpa?
like? Yes,
Shearling,
and
yeah.
shearling, yes, and he looks so handsome, so
I
handsome.
thought Denim on Denim was a website, and I was like, that sounds sexy.
No, but that's also should be a good
Yeah.
intro to the
Or like a dating site or something.
yeah, denim on denim.
Do you like denim? So do we.
So
Tony, I know that you might be one of those guys who's like, I can't tell if other guys are handsome, but which I feel like is something all guys say, but then actually you can tell. How do you feel about Hunter Biden?
You know, it's funny you ask. I have no problem saying that about someone, but I can't, like, off the top of my head, think of what he looks like. Let me Google him real quick.
Oh, yeah,
I'm not
do
that
it.
familiar with what he
welcome
actually
to my
looks like.
search history.
Let's see.
We're waiting.
I mean, a little bit. I don't know if I would necessarily go that far, but he's got a little bit of there's a tiny bit of hunk in there.
Yeah. Like reformed bad boy.
Yeah.
yeah.
We love to see it.
in touch with his emotions, which we know via his text to his father. Since I was describing everyone's scene, what Patreon has seen, I recently hit my limit of seeing my same few tops. So I decided to get some new Zoom tops, and I decided to go a little further afield. Like right now, I'm wearing something coral, I guess. But the problem with a couple of my tops is that they're like silky satin. I don't know what they are. And they got a little bit of a puffy sleeve. And it almost looks like I'm wearing a pajama top when I'm decidedly not. I'm wearing specifically a Zoom. This is from Banana Republic. It doesn't get more.
So aggressive. We think it looks great, Allison.
I can see what you really think.
No, I think it's really pretty. I do wonder if you get this with silk. Anytime it's slightly windy outside, it just sticks to every part of you, and then you can't like get it off your skin.
Yes.
Yeah.
I do. Yes, it's like a shower curtain.
Yes.
I'm happy to say I live in a place with shower doors now, but I did do the shower curtain life for many, many years.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know. I haven't taken this on like a real test run in the real world. This has just gone from my bedroom inside to my studio outside, and there wasn't a lot of wind on my little walk.
Take that baby through a wind tunnel. See how it rocks.
I need to see what happens. So Allie, before you were joining, I was at. It's not clear. I'm saying it and I'm looking at you, but
I think you mean me. I think
yes,
when you,
Allie
I could
Segel.
tell. Yeah, I
was
from
asking
the inflection.
Allie, thank you, McKay, how you guys met, and she was wondering if it might have been on Twitter.
I think I actually remember. I think that Leslie Grossman, who's a fantastic actress in American Horror Story and a lot of other stuff. You, I think, were Twitter friends with her.
Yes.
And I had dated in the past a good friend of hers. And she and I were kind of Twitter friends. And I think that at that time I was making weird artwork. And she had somehow showed it to you, or it had been on her feed. And then we all kind of gotten like a tweet chain together.
Interesting. I didn't know Leslie was involved.
I think
amazing.
she was. I think she was, from my recollection.
I do remember when I reached out to you, I was on vacation in Maine, and I was like, can you do artwork for Kevin and Bean? And they must have braces. And you were like, done. That's who I am. It's what I do.
Yeah.
And it is amazing.
Yeah.
The artwork is the best.
That was
Are
so
you
silly.
still doing adults with adult braces?
Not as much. I've moved on to greater creative endeavors, but it still holds a place in my heart. I'll always do a commission should someone need, a picture of someone with braces, but it's not one of my main focuses right now.
Because now you're doing web crawlers with Melissa Stetton.
Yes.
Also has been a guest on my show. And are you a life coach now?
Oddly enough, I am. Which sounds like the biggest scam of the century, but I am doing life coaching and I'm doing Reiki. But I am mostly just doing the podcasting web crawlers with Melissa, who's fantastic. She's so funny and so amazing.
Now, when you say it sounds like the scam of the century, do you mean like life coaching in general, or the idea of you as a life coach?
What a question. I think
That's a really insulting question, actually.
all right. Weird that my Zoom connection just dropped off and I had to go. I think the idea of life coaching in general can seem a little bit shady, like one of those things where you go online and then you pay and then they send you a certificate and all of a sudden you're a life coach. Mm-hmm. I don't know how heavily regulated an industry it is. However, in California, like it actually is, like I had to go to a school for it. I had to take a lot of tests for it. I had to like memorize a code of ethics and take a test on that. I had to go through a certain amount of training and like practice clients and things like that. So in California, it is more heavily regulated, probably because it is a more new agey environment to prevent like everyone and their, yoga friend from becoming a life coach. But yeah, it was something that I wanted to do just from my past experiences in my life and also from being in recovery and like working in recovery. Yeah, I would say it is appropriate for my skill set. Surprising, probably, like that I went in that direction. 20-year-old me would have not expected myself to be a life coach. But I think that there is a lot of misunderstanding in the life coach arena.
I need to clarify because I just want to save my reputation. I don't want people to think I just asked.
I'm not offended. I've actually never been offended before.
Horrendously bitchy questions. I just thought maybe you were being
deprecating.
Yes.
No, and which is
Okay.
I wasn't offended at all, and which
Okay.
is my personality to be self-deprecating. But it is actually something that I really love doing, and surprisingly, my grandma. To speak to the new age end, it's hard because like there's documentaries like The Vow and Nexium, and then
I have
there's-
been obsessed with all of that. So right now you are really speaking my language.
Oh, I mean, I watch all those things like crazy. And then there was that Netflix series called Healed or something like that. I can't remember, but it was like 10 episodes, and it was on like essential oils, and another one was on
yes.
like tantra, and like bee stings and all that.
Right.
And a lot of it is BS. There's a lot of BS out there. I don't participate in that kind of stuff. I just like offer support and like guidance for anyone who needs it. And I don't brainwash anyone, nor does anyone have a brand with my name on it. I
Yet.
don't go that far. Yeah.
No.
I don't know what you guys are doing after the podcast, but
I believe
I do have
Keith also
boundaries.
said I didn't brand anyone. He's like, I'm not.
Oh, we should have had Alison Mack on here. She would have fit right in.
What's she up to?
Yeah, what's Allie Mack up to? Oh wait, actually, no joke. Someone texted me the other day. Said they saw her at walking the Silver Lake Reservoir.
She's not impounded.
No, she's not
being held somewhere.
She's not in the car impound. No, she's not in the slammer yet. She's apparently just walking the Silver
on
Lake
bail.
Reservoir doing laps.
Would she want to come on the show? Probably not. She probably can't speak openly.
What's his face was trying to do a podcast from jail.
Keith?
Yeah.
Right. Well, I think the second season of The Vow is going to feature interviews with him and also with Nancy Salzman, because we saw her with her ankle bracelet at the very end. I'm sorry if that's a spoiler, but
Yeah.
it's not a spoiler. Everyone
Also-
knows what happened.
Keith issued a contest being like, anyone who follows me, if you're a lawyer or public attorney, or if you're in law school, please look at all of the documents from my case and try to find a loophole to get me out, and I'll pay you $50,000.
That's cool that he still has a platform to get a hold of people.
Wait, when he said anyone who follows me, is he on social media? Is that what?
I think-
or like anyone who's like a follower of mine? Like
I think follows his journey.
Got it.
Because the Nexium, sorry, I don't know why I'm on a Nexium rant right now. I promise I'll stop in one second.
No, because I encouraged it and I love it. Please keep going. I'm sad that I don't have any more Nexium content to consume.
I have two. Did you watch Seduced on Stars?
Yes. So I watched an episode of The Vow. I fell asleep during it. I was not into it. And then I watched Seduced. And then I got super into it. And then I watched the rest of The Vow. And then I listened to Escaping Nexium. And then I started reading the Frank Report.
Whoa,
He's not
okay.
a great... Sorry, Frank. You're not a great writer. And then I even tried to watch The Lost Women of Nexium on ID.
I
but
watched
couldn't.
that.
I fell asleep. I fall asleep easily at night.
Well, what's
weird like
crazy?
that.
Well, that's good. Well, it's crazy is people are like dead and missing, which they don't really talk about in The Vow. There's women
Right.
who are like fully dead, like left these Nexium seminars and then committed suicide.
That's so
Fully dead.
awful.
Yeah.
Fully dead. not more than just a
little.
hint of death.
They're like super done.
Allie McKay,
Yes.
I have a question, and this is a question that I think I had asked of Allie Ward, so it's not exclusive to us, to we Allisons, but lately it has just been toward us Allisons. Your teeth are like blue-white. Smile, please.
Ooh,
Well, they
yeah.
are really shiny.
Oh,
yeah,
is
I mean,
it
this
maybe
is-
the color of my light. Here, let me change the light.
No,
that?
Your
now they're just like
face
golden
just warmed
white.
up. Yeah, your face warmed up, but your teeth stayed super duper white.
What does that mean?
It means you have amazingly white teeth. What is your what's your regimen here?
I brush them, Allison. I am going to go out on a limb and just tell you about brushing. No, I use Plax rinse. Ever since I was a little girl, I've used that rinse, and then I use just a electric toothbrush and a water pick.
Oh. You must just come by your white teeth naturally.
I guess
have to buy
so.
them.
Yeah, I don't think they're very white, but
They're blind. Tony,
They're glistening.
weigh in.
really?
They're pretty white.
Blindingly white.
Well, now I'm happy that we did this whole Zoom situation.
Like, did you guys watch Friends?
Oh my God, do I look that like Ross?
I've
Like
never
that
seen a single
white?
episode.
I was going to make a reference to that episode of Ross's teeth. Yes.
I forgot about that.
But Allie Segel, you've never seen a single episode?
I've never seen a single episode of Friends.
Wow.
I know.
Is this something you're proud of?
Yeah.
It's a pretty it's an entertaining show. I hear it doesn't hold up that well.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in at least a decade since I've
No,
seen
don't try
one of
to
them.
jump on this bus. It's just me. I've never seen it.
No, I'm not trying to. I'm just saying I can't vouch for if it holds up.
Friends lover.
Well, listen, you're going to have to make a decision, Allie Segel. If we're all going to be a human centipede, Tony does get to jump on the Friends bus.
That
But
is
if you
true.
guys are going to be individual units, then he doesn't get to.
No, Tony could be part of the human centipede.
Gross. Then he's like automatically on the Friends bus.
Yeah, that is true. Friends bus is another more delightful way to say human centipede.
So about the life coaching thing, what I was going to say is
Yes.
I saw a life coach for a period of time.
Oh, wow.
And it really was like going to therapy.
Yes.
And I had a column at the time, and I wrote about something, and I said, like my therapist said, and then I sent it to her to show her. And I was referring to her as my therapist because I felt a little bit bashful saying life
Yeah.
coach. And then she was like, just to remind you, I'm not a therapist, I'm a life coach. And I was like, yes, that just is going to just have to go in one ear and out the other because I can't.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was quite helpful at the time.
Yeah, that's oddly in the code of ethics is that distinguishing life coaching from therapy because we don't have the credentials. We're certificated, but we do not have like the credentials of a therapist, like nor have we been through the like extensive education.
Yes, I felt like when she was reminding me, it was like I felt like it was
Yeah.
a thing she had to do.
It's like a liability. Yeah.
Right.
Liability issue. But yeah, there is some sort of stigma about like my life coach. Like if I go, like therapy is starting to be more readily understood. Life coaching is like if you go to a life coach, somehow your life is out of order or something.
Or like you have a guru or something.
Yeah, totally. The only thing that I would say differentiates life coaching from therapy is like, for me, at least, life coaching is more actionable steps, whereas therapy is more you go to someone and they listen to you or, you know, they process what you're going through, your traumas. For me, life coaching is you come with an issue and then we talk about that issue and then we give you actionable steps and an action plan for how to deal with that issue in your life and kind of like resolve it within some sort of period of time that makes sense for you.
Allie McKay, would you go to Allie Segel?
Yeah, Allie.
No.
That is
I don't
fucked
think,
up.
I don't think I should go to Allie Segel. I think it should be someone you don't know, right?
Yeah, good save.
Thank you.
Good save. Would you let me do Reiki on you or read your tarot?
Oh, for sure.
Cool.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I just don't want you telling me, you know, what to do in my life.
Yeah, I get
You're
that.
not the boss of me, Allie Segel.
You're not
I
the
don't
boss
want it.
of me, mister.
Yeah, but I will take, tarot cards all the time.
Any
Yeah.
day. Any
Yeah.
day. Yeah.
Love it. Okay.
What level of believing in tarot are you guys?
I think every aspect of that I go in with an open mind, like mediums, that type of thing. I think a lot of times do they tell you what you want to hear? Yeah, but that also means that you're being vulnerable enough to receive it, and I think that's a huge step for a lot of people. But I believe people have some sort of power, whether it's, you know, a psychic ability or maybe people see ghosts and that type of thing. I'm super into that kind of stuff. I love it. Tarot cards, I think you can find truth in everything they're saying. And if you don't want to find truth in it, you're not ready for it.
Boom. That's a good answer.
Write it down.
Done.
Yeah, write it down at tarot.com.
Denim on denim.
Yes.
Tarot.
We have so many websites we're opening after this podcast.
Go to Denim on Denim, scroll down to tarot.
Do you know what literally my favorite thing to do is go to GoDaddy.com, and that this is not an ad, it sounds like it is, but if you go to GoDaddy and then see how much your website costs if you want to buy it, and then you can buy the website and then try to resell it. Like domain real estate.
Yes. People will snap up. Like I currently have AlisonRosen.com as my website, but I have a lot of variations of it too, so that no one snaps up my name and tries to sell it to me.
Smart. It's like actually a really lucrative business, domain real estate. I don't know how to get into it, but it is something I enjoy doing. Like if you go to, one day I got really into religious ones just because I was like, I bet there's a lot of money in religious URLs. So I'd go to like JesusIsOurLord.com, and it was like free and worth like $10,000. And you can if you buy those up before they get expensive and then resell them, you're rich.
Wait, it's free and you mean would you have to pay $10,000 to get it?
Now you do, but if you get it before it gets expensive and then
Before
you sell
people
it
hear
once it gets before
they
people
hear
about
Jesus.
Jesus.
I just bought it. Yeah. I also bought, there's my ball. So awesome.
Yeah. So I do another podcast called Childish, which is my parenting-ish podcast with Greg Fitzsimmons.
You just got Fitz-dogged.
Nice. And before we called it Childish, we were going to call it Loin Fruit, which it was his idea, but I really liked that name. And a lot of people, yeah, I loved it. A lot of people pulled us aside to let us know they didn't like the name. Oh my God. So we let them get to us. We changed it to Childish. And I'm trying to remember how much childish.com was. It was like $30,000 or like something insane. So we have childishpod.com. We could not pony up the money to get it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And that person was smart. They were doing the Allie Segel life plan.
That's what I tell all of my customers is that you just gotta get in the domain real estate market.
So I have an update from last week. I'll fill you guys in. So last week on the episode with Kevin T. Porter and Demi Idijuibe, I mentioned that a casting director reached out to me because she thought I might be right for like a reality series. Ooh. And would I be interested in, interviewing for it? And I was going back and forth because the old me, like, real essential me, I think might say no to something like that, but new coronavirus pandemic me is like, what is the meaning of anything? What am I doing? I had a dark night of the soul. But then again, though, it depends. Exactly. Really going back and forth, and I'm like, maybe it was one of those things where I'm like, give me a sign. And then I'm like, maybe this is my sign. So I mentioned it, like, should I do this, on the show? And both Kevin and Demi and Tony said no. And then I got an email from a listener who's like, look, here's the thing. They're all younger than you. I don't know if he included you in that, Tony, but maybe he did. But Kevin
I am younger than you.
Not by
a little bit.
That you're like you're a dash younger than I am.
Sure. If that makes you feel better, sure.
They're like a different generation.
No,
than I am.
they're definitely way younger than the both of us. Yes,
like we are close enough in age, Tony, that when you factor in how much earlier men die than women, I will probably outlive you. What is wrong with me?
That's this a cool thing to say.
Should we place a bet?
I think you could both use Allie Segel for a little life coaching.
I don't know what happened. I was such a pleasant it's the new shirt. It's the coral shirt. It's cut out. I don't know.
It's
anyway,
cursed.
this person was like, look, I'm closer to your age. I think you should do it. And I don't really know what age has to do with it. But anyway, so I was undecided and I wrote an email back to the casting director with a few questions. And then I never heard anything. And in her email to me, it said, this is the the final week of casting. So if you're interested, respond with all these details about yourself. And then I never did. So I think it might have just evaporated because I was unsure and I asked questions, and I'm okay with that.
Are we allowed to know what the show was or no?
I can tell you after. I don't know if I should say on air.
It's an established show already.
It's not. It's a spin-off of an established show.
Oh, fun.
The Real Housewives of Podcasting?
Oh my God.
That would be so fun.
That I would do because that is like, what I'm about.
Yeah.
Podcasting.
I've been thinking about going on Love After Lockup.
Oh, what is that?
It's for prison pen pals. Look at Allie Segel.
That's my favorite show of all time.
Because you tweeted about it, I started watching it about 6 months ago. Now my Friday nights, I thought were pathetic before. Now I'm watching these losers that can't understand how these people getting out of prison don't want to live their lives with them when they were just paying for them to get tampons in the clink.
In the commissary?
It's insanity.
Do you want to know another prison show that is going to blow your mind?
Yes.
60 Days In. Has anyone watched that?
No.
My husband used to record that, but I don't think I've ever seen it.
Oh my God, it's so good. Okay, so people go undercover into prison as inmates for 60 days. So it might be like it might be a former cop or a teacher or someone who works in public health or someone whose sister is incarcerated or something like that. And they want to know what the prison system is like. And also the warden wants information about how the prison is running. So they want to know like if there's
like a secret shopper.
It's it's undercover boss, but for prison. And they go undercover for 60 days. People have been stabbed.
Oh my God.
It's crazy. The last episode, one of the women who was undercover got into a relationship with one of the other female inmates and then ended up blowing her cover because she fell in love with the inmate. It is the best show I've ever seen. It's all I've been watching during quarantine. There's like 6 seasons and I am so deep in prison shows. It's crazy. It's changed me.
Where do we find it?
It's on, if you have Hulu Live, it's on Hulu, but it's an A&E show. So there's a few seasons on Netflix, but yeah, it is
and Love
so
After
good.
Lockup is what? WeTV?
Yeah, it's like one of those weird ones.
Which one should I start with?
Love After Lockup.
Love After Lockup's really like light and fun. Well, it's not light and fun. It's like but it's light. It's lighter and more fun.
Okay. There was a period of time
Comedy.
a while ago.
It's a rom-com.
Where I was watching, is it called Locked Up Abroad? Do you know this show?
Yeah,
I used to be into that.
Ooh.
Wait, you have seen it?
Have not, but I should add that to my... What's that?
So they would do a reenactment. Like someone would be telling her story and it was like always like I went to Thailand for vacation and I met this guy who offered me $1 zillion to bring back a duffel bag for him. And then it would have like, the scene in the airport where they're all nervous and then they get busted.
Yeah, they got broke down
Jones.
palaced.
Yes, like that. Sorry, Allie McKay, what'd you say?
Isn't that Bridget Jones?
Did you just reference Bridget Jones 3?
Remember, and they were going to Thailand or something, and then the guy said, carry the suitcase, and then she was in prison. And then Darcy had to come get her.
The dark plot of Bridget Jones 3. She goes to prison for smoking
Did I make
drugs.
that up, or did that happen?
No, it's true. It felt like
for
a
real?
fever dream until
Yes.
you said it. Yeah.
I didn't know there was a Bridget Jones 3.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Tony, did you know? Do you know?
I don't even-
Did you know there's a Bridget Jones 1?
Yeah, I saw one of them. I don't know. I don't even know. I don't know. I think I saw
Tony's
the
like,
second
what
one.
are they even talking about?
One more TV talk. If we're going to talk about TV, we should have played the song. So let's hear the song.
TV time, TV time, TV time, TV
Okay, so I have just started The Undoing. No one spoil it. The finale aired last night. I think that I already spoiled it for myself because in like trending topics, a certain actor or actress was trending, and I think that spoiled it. But anyway, I'm super into it. But someone, I forget who, tweeted, "Can you explain to me how two blue-eyed people have a brown-eyed son?" Because Nicole Kidman and Hugh Grant are both blue-eyed and their son is brown-eyed. And now it's like all I can see.
I think if you have a grandparent who has,
No,
because it's a recessive. It's recessive, yeah?
Right. So two parents who have blue eyes are both blue. So they have to have a blue-eyed kid.
Wow.
I know.
Wow, that changes the whole show.
It really sets it up for season 2.
Right? Where's this kid come from? Who's his real dad?
That's right.
Well, I actually have another thing that this is not a spoiler at all.
Okay.
But apparently in the Paddington movies about the bear, have you heard this already? In Paddington 1, apparently Nicole Kidman is the villain in Paddington 1. And in Paddington 2, Hugh Grant is the villain. So my question is, does The Undoing take place in the Paddington universe?
Oof.
We should get Kevin Porter on to answer that because he earnestly, I think, loves the Paddington movies.
Oh, they're so
And by the way,
good.
even if you I would have accepted a Paddington spoiler if you had needed to. But I appreciate that you let me know.
He did it. He's the killer. Yeah,
Allie
that's
McKay,
crazy.
You're into the Paddington movies?
I think they're adorable and they're sweet and they're wholesome and they're beautiful. Yeah, I love a bear. My first crush was Fozzie. I've loved bears my whole life. Oh, that sounded weird. I get it.
I think it's time for iTunes comment of the week, which I haven't done this segment in a while. Normally I do it on the show I do with Daniel, but I forgot to do it there. Originally it started on the Thursday show. Then it moved to the Monday show. Now it's coming back to the Thursday show because I haven't done it in so long. And I need to remind people that they should be leaving comments. I realize I've just shown everyone the wizard behind the curtain, but anyway, we have a song.
Alison wants your iTunes comments. Alison wants them, yes she does. Please leave her some iTunes comments and don't forget to click 5 stars.
Allie, can you believe that Paddington killed that woman on the show?
That is so crazy.
So weird. When he's like, "Hey, I'm just a little bear," and she was dead.
and then just bash her face in.
Yeah,
So crazy.
it's a bummer, but
And
she knows what she did.
his little bear clothes were covered in blood.
Yeah, he should have worn his slicker.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, Jenny Castle says, consistently funny. Alison, I love this show. I have listened to you since your days with your previous employer. I just want to thank you for continuing to conduct your podcast remotely. I think it's allowed you to have a more robust set of guests, and the show has evolved in such a relatable way. Thank you for providing great shows each week. Thank you, Jenny. However, not everyone agrees. For example, Clee Family 89. Headline is Police, 1 star. Leaving listening the show! ! Once you started supporting police hatred, I was out. You both need to rethink what you said! !
I wonder if you're going to get any Hunter Biden flack.
I know.
For my crush.
Well, not from Clee Family because he's leaving listening the show.
Good point.
Anyway,
We should say hi to him right now because you know he's listening.
I know.
He didn't go anywhere.
They always
Hi,
say.
Clee family.
Sorry, we'll both rethink what we said. I don't remember what I said, but I'll definitely think about it. Listen, thank you guys for your comments. Keep them coming. Click 5 stars. It's my favorite number. However, as you'll see, I also, I read the negatives too. I enjoy all of them. I enjoy the positives more, especially if that's how you really feel. So, make sure you're subscribed. Click 5 stars, leave a comment, etc. This episode is brought to you by Adam and Eve, the #1 adult toy superstore. They have everything. Look, now's a time, especially if you live alone, but even if you don't live alone, if you're in whatever your situation is, they have something that can help you pass the time, that can make you feel good, that can be empowering, that can be mind and other things expanding. I was on their website earlier, very well curated website, and I looked at gifts for him. And I learned a lot of things. There's items that I didn't even know existed, that I didn't even know there was a need. And I'm wondering how detailed I can be. I think I can be a little detailed.
Let's get into it.
Ball spreader.
I'm sorry?
There's a ball spreader. It's like a cock ring. It supports the ball. It supports and spreads the balls. And I didn't even know that was something that people wanted or needed. But it really allows for greater sensation everywhere.
So
Just
you want them separated?
The people who would want this do, yeah.
Okay. All right.
I mean, that's just one of the many, there's things with two ends, like many things. And then gifts for her. So many gifts for her. Things that I was like, I would like to try that. Gifts for couples. I mean, they have everything. They have sexy lingerie. They have it. Spice up your life for you or your friend or a partner. The lubes and lotions, sexy items to wear. They have.
You know what I like about
Furniture you
Adam
can do
and
it
Eve?
on. What?
That if you order some stuff from them, it comes in a box that doesn't even say Adam and Eve, here's your dildo.
That's right.
It's just a plain package. So you're like, Adam and Eve, here's my dildo. Because
But
you
you
know
don't-
what's in there, but no
That's
one
right.
else needs to know what's in there. Oh, there's my ball spreader. No one needs to know, Allison.
I know, because you're like, is this like under the cabinet organizer I ordered, or is this my ball spreader? You don't
Right.
know till you open it.
Oh, what if it's both?
very, it's very, very discreet. Select almost any one item for 50% off, and then Adam and Eve loads on all this free stuff. Enter code Alison at checkout and get 10 tantalizing free gifts. A sexy item for him, a special gift for her, and a third item you'll both enjoy, and 6 free spicy movies plus free shipping.
Damn.
I did the math. That's 10 free extra things. That's Alison, Alison. Offer code Alison at checkout at adamandeve.com. Again, Alison, Alison. Offer code Alison at checkout at adamandeve.com. I also want to tell you guys about Crate Joy. Do you know Crate Joy? Crate Joy is
I don't.
amazing. It is a marketplace for subscription boxes. So, we're all familiar with subscription boxes, and usually it's like one company sells one kind of box and you subscribe for it. You subscribe to it. With Crate Joy, you go to Crate Joy and it's like all these different subscription boxes. It's dangerous. I went there and I saw so many things that I wanted to give as gifts and that I want for myself. There's like all sorts of beauty stuff. There's game stuff. There's cocktail stuff, craft stuff, like for different ages. There's escape room boxes you can subscribe to. Books, like anything that can be curated, they have a box for it. It makes such an amazing gift, and it also makes a great thing for yourself. It's hard to find great gifts for all the special people in your life during the holidays. On Crate Joy, you can choose something unique, personalized, and memorable for everyone on your list. There's still time to find the perfect gift for everyone on your list. You can shop thousands of subscription boxes all in one place and get 30% off your first box when you sign up at Crate Joy. So that's CrateJoy.com/bestfriend. Again, that's CrateJoy.com/bestfriend. That's right. Sign up today at CrateJoy.com/bestfriend to get 30% off your first box and shop Crate Joy's holiday specials. Crate Joy. Get joy delivered right to your door.
That's a good deal.
Okay.
I mean, they're both joy delivered right to your door, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And we're back. I think it's time. I do want to do Just Mirror Everyone, but let's just do just a tiny bit more gal chat. So I think we need to hear the gal chat drop.
Gal chat.
Okay. Allie McKay and I have talked on Instagram about how we can't find an under-eye concealer that we like, that doesn't make the situation look worse. And I want to know from Allie Segel, and Tony, if you have thoughts, you can weigh in. No pressure. Allie Segel, where do you come down on under-eye concealer?
Oh, I mean, during the pandemic, there's really nothing you can do. I use something by Benefit or something, that brand, and I use that. But like, I feel like there's, at this point, it's just let yourself go. But you guys both look great. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Is it because we've like allowed Zoom to enhance our appearance?
Well, do you know what? I didn't know about that Zoom feature. Everyone has been using that feature, and I didn't know about it until like a week ago.
I didn't know about it until right now.
Oh my God.
There's a
it's like a
feature.
zhuzh feature.
Yeah, Zoom can like blur you until you look human.
All right. I was hoping I already looked human, but you know.
Not you specifically, just in general. There's like a Facetune for Zoom.
Yes. In fact, I'm now afraid if I'm doing someone's podcast and they don't use Zoom, I'm like, oh no.
Yeah. Well, I had been podcasting with Melissa and Maria for Web Crawlers the whole pandemic, and they were both using it, and I wasn't. And then the day I found out about it, they were like, have you guys heard about this thing? And they were like, yeah, we've been using it the whole entire time.
I think I learned about it via your tweet, because you're like, why do I look good on FaceTime and not Zoom? And then someone responded to it, and that's how I learned about it.
That's how I learned about it too.
Yeah.
And that's why Twitter is good. And you should always talk to strangers.
Yes. As much as Twitter is awful, it is really good for stuff like that too.
That's how we all met.
That's right. That is. Well, no, I met you through Jensen because I was a guest on, oh my gosh, Get Up on This?
True. Yes. But I met Jensen through the internet. So that Centipede is also Twitter related.
You and Centipede.
Wait, I didn't know you met Jensen through the internet. How did you guys
Sorry,
meet?
I'm just so horny. No, although the Human Centipede is not a horny movie. It's truly disgusting. I think Jensen and I met through Twitter like 10 years ago or something. I don't even remember how it happened. But then I just started hosting his podcast with him.
Have you seen the Human Centipede movie?
I dove in. Yes, I did. I have seen it. I've seen all three. There's 3 of them.
Wow.
Much like the Bridget Jones universe.
Very similar.
How was it awful?
I expected it to be a lot grosser than it was. I'm a huge horror fan. Like, horror is my genre of choice. I don't love like the torture porn stuff is not really for me, which is what they call that. Like the movies like Saw and Hostel and things like that. Yeah. But it wasn't that bad. I mean, it doesn't have a huge plot to it, but it was fine. It's a fine movie. It's a fine
So
film.
this is a movie where they attach people's mouths to buttholes, but it wasn't that gross and it was fine.
I've actually heard that. I've never seen it, but I've actually heard other people say the same thing.
What, like it's a tasteful telling of this story?
It's just somehow it's not as gross as you think it would be. I don't know what. By the way, if you want life coaching from me, you can find my website on my Instagram. And yeah, I just don't think Human Centipede's that bad.
Allie McKay, have you seen it?
I have.
You have?
I have.
Do you agree with the like 2 thumbs up?
I wouldn't say 2 thumbs up, but it was not as gross as I was expecting. Which maybe you just psych yourself up to think, oh my God, they're going to be just like poo eaten and stuff.
Which they are.
It's on the poster.
It's not that bad.
Shit, poop, diarrhea,
Stay for the poo eating.
But yeah.
This is
Why?
just classic girl chat.
Yeah, this is so girl chat.
Girl chat.
Wait, why
girls
do they
being
do
girls.
it? Why do they do it?
Because this guy is like a mad scientist or something, and I think he wants to create some monster or something, or he wants to see if he can harvest organs or make one like super being, and he kidnaps these people and turns them into one person. And to loop it around to our previous talk, in Human Centipede 3, it's about a prison. And they attach all the prisoners as a giant human centipede.
And Paddington Bear makes a cameo.
So let me get this straight. in Human Centipede 1, 2, and 3, each are about a different centipede of humans?
Yes.
Because
Yes,
I would
yes,
have thought
yes.
it would have been like, you're just seeing where they go.
No, the centipede can't survive, unfortunately. They haven't figured out a way for it to survive.
Is that a
yet.
spoiler?
Were you going to watch us?
No, I will never, ever watch that.
Sorry, Alison Rosenheads. I just ruined Human Centipede for you.
But it is horror, right?
Yeah, it's not a musical.
Oh, that is something they
That
should
would be
try.
great. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Speaking of, I don't mean to take it away from
Please do.
this. Have you guys watched Jingle Jangle?
No, but I heard it was really good.
What is that?
It's on Netflix and it's a musical, but it's not really. It's like The Greatest Showman was a musical, that type of thing. But it is so beautifully done, and the costumes are amazing, and everyone in it is amazing. I just wanted to stop talking about butt to mouth stuff.
Yes.
Jingle Jangle.
I heard it was really good. We watched
It's wonderful.
a trailer for it. I saw
I'll
The
watch
Happiest Season. Have you guys seen that?
Yes.
Oh, yes. Sorry. I was thinking Christmas on the Square, the insane Dolly Parton Christmas movie.
Oh, I need
Where
to see
she's like
that.
homeless and is holding up the sign, and what's happening, Dolly?
Have you seen it? Have either of you seen it?
No, I've just
not.
seen the clips of it, and I don't understand, and I don't want to see Dolly homeless.
The whole musical is like someone took ketamine or DMT and then decided to write a Dolly Parton Christmas musical. It is the most insane thing I've ever seen, but it's Christine Baranski or whatever her name is, who's fantastic, and Dolly Parton, who plays a homeless angel. It is just, it's wackadoo, but it's fantastic.
Is it old?
No, it just came out a month ago, or no, maybe 5 days ago. So
Did not know. Tony, did you know about it?
I've seen it pop up, but I didn't know any of the specifics.
well,
We
you
just
guys
went
should watch
from
it.
Human Centipede to Jingle Jangle to Dolly Parton.
7 degrees
This
and
has
6 degrees of
everything.
separation. Yeah.
Okay. Should we do Just Me or Everyone, or should we do Hey, Go, Fuck Yourself? Do you guys have anyone you want to tell off?
I always do.
Yeah, I mean, I could for sure.
All right, let's do that. Let's hear it. We haven't done it in a long time.
Hey, go fuck yourself.
So the way this works, and again, we have not done this in a long time, we go around and we let someone or some entity or whatever know, and then at some point when you get heated or when it feels right, there's a lot of pressure, Tony. Tony, you could just put your finger up in the air like, play it. Like I'm gonna tell them, hey, go fuck yourself, and then Tony will play it. All right. Allie McKay, let's have it. It's a lot of pressure. I know.
It's very easy for me to think about these people and get very angry. It's the arbiters of joy, like the people that decide when you can put up your Christmas tree, the people that decide when you're allowed to love something and how much you're allowed to love something. Like any time you tweet about Star Wars, it's like, oh, might as well just mute this. I don't want to deal with any of those people that get so upset. Those fandom people, they're all in this group. But the people that I have to put up when I post something of my Christmas tree, listen, maybe it's not for you. That's fine. You don't have to put up your Christmas tree early. But I put mine up early because I find joy in it. It makes me happy.
Hell yeah.
Not for you? No big deal. You don't live in my house. Stop sending me tweets about how it's too early for things. Stop sending me Instagram posts that are from like guy dude websites. It's like, how to tell your lady it's too early to put up the tree. Like, fuck off. So, to those people, the stealers of joy, the thieves of happiness, I say,
Hey, go fuck yourself.
That
I
was
think it's like a barbershop quartet doing it.
that was so good, and I agree. They can go get fucked.
Yes.
Fuck
Allison.
them.
Yes.
That's so annoying.
Allie Segel, what about you?
my God, mine's not nearly as good or as enraged. But my frustration is this. I recently adopted another dog, and so I have 2 dogs now. And my biggest pet peeve is I have a very small trash can from the city. I know you can order a bigger one, but I have a small one. And I don't like it when your trash can is on outside on the street and other people put their own dog poop in your trash can. So especially like after your garbage can has already like been collected and it's totally empty. And then like within 5 minutes, you go to bring it in and it's filled with like other people's dog poop bags. I think we should just like all respect dog poo culture and recycle our dog stuff in our own trash cans. Cause it's rude. It's just neighborly to just put your shit in your own
It's
can.
trash though. I don't mean to naysay, but like
Here we
I've
go.
never understood that argument.
But put it in your own trash because it's just, I don't know. Like if my dog goes to the bathroom, I hold the bag until I get to my own trash can. Like for the other day, my trash can's so small and I'm kind of living in a construction zone right now. So, because they're doing like renovations on my house, that by the time I went to go put something in my trash can, it was halfway filled with other people's shit. And
That is a lot of shit.
well, not literal. It was filled with literal and figurative shit. So it's just everyone put their trash in their own trash cans. Maybe I'm being a curmudgeon.
You know who does that?
Who?
Jensen Karp. We got
puts
in
his
this
own-
conversation on Kevin and Bean. Jensen
What?
Karp is a dog poop thrower in other people's trash cans.
Oh, I'll do it too. I'll admit
I used to be.
only when they're on the street. I won't like if I like see it in the driveway or something. I won't do it. But if it's out on the street, I'll do it.
You won't
You
go
go in
into
their
their
garage?
kitchen. Under the sink.
Excuse me. I used to be. Also, because do you guys have Nextdoor?
Yes.
Okay. So, and everyone complains about it on Nextdoor also, which is how it kind of came to my attention where I realized, oh, is this maybe not something you should be doing is throwing your dog poop in other people's trash cans, which then made me realize, oh yeah, I don't like it when other people do that either to my trash can. So now that's my new cause.
Well, to the people who sully your tiny trash can with their poop, we say,
Hey, go fuck yourself.
I have thoughts about this. I think if the trash can is out and it's full of trash, it is okay to
Yes.
put your trash in there because you know it's going to be emptied. If it has just been cleaned, then you are asking them to house your poop for another 6 days.
Yeah.
Yes, I think that's a better way to put it. Yes.
But I guess if you don't want that, what you have to do is you have to just take your garbage cans in like immediately. And I don't like to have to do that.
Yeah, I don't live that kind of life. I mean, maybe I do, but my trash cans aren't behind a gate. They're like on my driveway. So maybe now my new thing is I have to put them behind my gate. This is a very low grade problem.
At least you have a trash can.
I mean, she has a gate.
Yeah.
A life. What
And a
are you
house.
charging for that life?
Daddy Warbucks.
So we used to go on family walks at the beginning of the pandemic before. I've been thinking about it today. It's been so long since I've gone on a walk or left this house. Like, it's unhealthy how much I'm just living in this house. But anyway, we were walking and we had the kids and Wendy, and I asked Daniel if I could put the bag of poop in the bottom of the stroller. And then he's like, well, if you both, I know it's gross, but I just didn't want to hold it anymore.
Yeah.
I was like, is there anything in the bottom of the stroller? And then this guy was in his living room and he through the window was like, oh, you can just leave it on my driveway because I'm going to take the trash out.
That's
it
so
was
sweet.
It was so nice. Also a reminder that everyone is in their homes and they can all hear your conversations. But it was so nice. So nice. So then I got home and I wrote about it and I don't post on Nextdoor that often, but I was like, this will spread some joy. I was like, just want like, thank you so much to the neighbor who da-da-da. And then he's like, that was me. And then the next time I went on a walk, there was a bucket with like a picture of a dog going potty and it was like dog poop here. and he like created this little dog poop receptacle for people. It was so sweet.
Well, now I
this
feel
is his
shame.
kink.
Now I feel shame.
This is this man's kink, is what it is. Let's call it out right now. You're all like, oh, how sweet. He loves dog poo. This dude is just super into strangers leaving him poo.
Well, then the next time I went by, though, it wasn't there anymore. And then I was like, oh,
'cause
what
it was
happened?
inside.
I guess you're right. Then he kicked into like phase 2 of the plan. Kicked in. Well, speaking of poop, my Hey Go Fuck Yourself is about poop. And this is the kind of thing that normally it's too much detail for me to share. However, I'm emboldened by my fellow Allisons.
Okay.
Tony, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I just want to tell my own gastrointestinal system, reproductive system, and butt to go fuck itself because I have my period right now. It is very unpleasant. I am now
That's too much
apparently
information.
I'm now apparently in the phase of life where I think I'm in perimenopause, which is like the 5 to 10 years before menopause. Again, I'm not sure that I have the math right. I feel like I'm too young for this to be happening, but my period is now infrequent, and I'm having hot flashes, and it's very heavy. But anyway, just this thing where I put in a tampon, stand up, and I'm like, oh, I guess I need to drop a what's a ladylike way of
Deuce?
talking? I was gonna say that, and then I'm like, no, that's pretty gross. What's
The
a
kids off
ladylike?
at the pool?
Take a dump? I don't know.
Yeah, that's ladylike.
No, I'm just kidding. Oh, I'll just put it this way. Oh, I guess I'm not done going to the bathroom. And then, yeah, gotta like, they say you can go, I can't go with the tampon in. So then I gotta take the tampon out. It's a wasting a tampon. It's a little bit uncomfortable at that point. And then I think I'm done. Basically every time I put a tampon in and I stand up, I'm like, oh, I'm not done. And I just need my shit literally to get sorted out. So to my own body, I say,
Hey, go fuck yourself.
and I know about menstrual cups. I just can't get on board.
Oh, I can't
I
either.
just got off the pill for the first time in over 20 years.
Oh
How's
my
it
God.
going?
I'm surprised I haven't cried. It's been an hour. I mean,
Oh, you're super emotional because you're off the pill.
I am a mess.
Is that why I've been so emotional too?
Yes.
Because I've been crazy emotional, so maybe that's it.
I don't know. All I know is that you're not supposed to like get off the pill and expect life to be normal. Your body is just jacked up, and 20 years of suppressing hormones and
Right.
I am a mess.
What made you? How come you wanted to go off of it?
I had an ocular migraine a couple weeks ago, and I legit thought I was dying. I don't know if you've ever had one of those, but I had just done the podcast and was sitting on my couch, and I was looking at the computer, and I'm like, what the heck? Am I going blind? I had this weird, like, jagged shaped thing in my eye, and it looked like it was
gosh.
munching. Like red and blue. It was like a weird Pac-Man munching thing. And I'm like, oh my God, this is bad. I went to the mirror, and I know when you're having a stroke, you can't lift both hands over your head. So lift both hands. I'm like, okay, I'm good. Okay, smile test. All right, I'm good. So it's not a stroke. Called my parents, and I'm like, I legit think something is really wrong. And my dad, who's in the medical field, and my mom, who's a nurse, they have no time for anything medical at all. So my dad's like, well, take a nap, and if you wake up, call us. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's kind of harsh. But I laid there in bed and thought, oh my God, now my arm's numb. Oh my God, my arm is numb. I'm having a heart attack. But I couldn't Google which arm should be numb for a heart attack because I just had a munching eye thing and I was going blind. Turns out it was an ocular migraine. And if you have those and you're on the pill, get off
Take it
immediately because it ups your chance of a stroke by like a good number.
Oh my
And you're
God.
not supposed to be on the pill past a certain age anyway. And let's be honest, who am I fucking? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's a better segment. That's a better segment. Who am I
Who
fucking?
am I fucking?
Tony, you gotta make that a
that's
drop.
just a little look into my life right there.
Do you know, like physically, what is actually happening when you're having an ocular migraine? What was creating the munch?
I don't know. And I didn't know it was an ocular migraine until I talked about it on the next podcast. And a woman said, Google images for ocular migraines. And there's like 10 different images. And I'm like, oh, there's the jagged, like right there. And I gasped because it was legit exactly what I was seeing. So
That's
it's just
so scary.
Oh, it was terrifying.
But
it was
you didn't-
terrifying.
And you didn't think of calling 911 or anything? I guess you don't
No.
want to.
And
'cause of
turns
COVID?
out a lot of people, when it has happened to them, the first time it happens, you have no idea what's going on. And I had so many people send me emails and they said, I spent 8 hours. God, this hood. I spent 8 hours in the ER with them trying to figure out what was wrong, and it was an ocular migraine. It's intense and it's scary. And now that I know what it is, I'm like, okay, it's not a stroke, it's not a heart attack, it's an ocular migraine. But the first time, not cool.
Scary. Do you get regular migraines?
I do, since I was 15. That's why I went on the pill at that age, because it was going to take care of my headaches, and it was also going to help. I had 14-day periods. Don't be jealous.
Wow.
Yeah, don't be jealous. It was pretty awesome. As you're, 15, 16 years old, you're like,
Yeah.
oh, no, I still have my period. And my friends are
Yeah.
like, you just don't want to go swimming. I'm like, no, I literally still have it. It was awful.
Yeah.
Yeah. How am I single?
Tony, do you want to tell anyone to get fucked?
Sure. I'll make it super quick because it's nice and simple.
Okay.
People, obviously, I appreciate when you wear your mask, but the people that wear it below their nose
Hey, go fuck yourself.
drives me crazy.
Yes. It defeats the whole purpose. Mm-hmm. We're so many months into this. Don't they know it? I feel like it's their passive aggressive, like they're getting around having to wear it, but they aren't really going to wear it.
Yeah.
So stupid.
Tony, I should have asked you to make some kind of like Allie, Alison drop ahead of time, but I didn't.
Oh, like literally just make a thing. Yes. Gotcha.
Yeah,
Sorry.
something you could play to indicate that this is like, that there's two Allies and an Alison, but I mean, I'm also kind of an Allie. There's three Allies. On the fly, could you do anything with your voice? Like, could you just come up with something? It could be anything.
What? Allie.
Tony Thaxton.
I'll throw that in there for good measure.
Can we get an alternate? Do this one do Allie, Alison.
Allie, Alison.
Ooh, I like that one too.
Well, that's because Allison was so much better than the Alleys.
Well,
It's
you
like,
know,
okay, Allie,
she
Allie,
is my
Allison.
boss.
That's a good point.
Okay.
Okay.
One more. This
Oh,
time make
Jesus.
the Allies special.
Allie, Allison.
Thank you very much. All right. Let's do some just me or everyone's. This is where people write in with things they think or do, and they wonder, is it just me? Is it everyone? If you would like to submit one, tweet it to me at ARIYNBF on Twitter. I was going to say, or if you want to get in touch, but don't submit your JMOs this way. If you want to get in touch, ARIYNBFshow@gmail.com is the email address. But I like to get them on Twitter, and I believe that everyone here has one, except I cannot remember what mine was. So 2 or 3 people here have one, and we have the ones listeners sent in. And there's a song.
Sometimes I ponder on something I have thought or done. Is it just me or everyone?
All right. Allie Segel, would you like to start?
Sure. Mine is not interesting. Mine is that, so if a series gets released in its entirety, like on Netflix or Amazon Prime or Hulu, I have to binge watch it immediately as opposed to watching it episode by episode. So like if Netflix drops 12 episodes of something at once, I have to watch those 12 episodes in a row. I can't space them out, like watch one a week as if it's a normal show. I have to binge watch.
Even
I
if you
think
just
that's-
find the show like okay.
No, I mean, if I like the show, I'm going to binge watch it. If I don't like it, I'm not going to watch it at all. But if I like the show, I have to binge watch it. I can't space it out.
I feel like that's everyone. Is that not everyone? I mean,
It's
Daniel
not
and
Tony.
I will do that with it, but I more meant like, every now and then there's a show like you don't love it, but you don't dislike it either. It's just kind of like, oh, this is like when I don't have anything else, I'll throw this on, like those type of shows.
That's how I felt about The Good Place. I recently watched The Good Place and was like,
Place
oh,
is
this is
great.
nice. This is nice background TV. And I finished it within 2 days somehow. I was like, oh, I can put this on in the background when I'm doing stuff. And then all of a sudden the series was over. I don't know what it is. I just have to consume it immediately.
Yeah.
Tough crowd.
No, I will do it sometime, but normally not that quickly though.
I find that I get legit mad if a show isn't bingeable. Like
Yeah.
Ted Lasso is my favorite show of the year, and I was so mad having to wait another week for Ted Lasso. I wanted
is
it all
that?
at once, which now it's all at once. Everyone can binge it now.
Yeah, I
but
just started
when
it.
it was coming out one a week, how dare you?
Yes, I like to wait until they're all available and I can watch them. Wait, Allie, did you say what is Ted Lasso?
Yeah, what's Ted Lasso?
Oh my God.
Should I binge it tonight?
Oh, it is. It's one of those shows, Allie, that after every single show feels like a warm hug. It is so lovely. It's Jason Sudeikis, and he's this like football coach back here in the States, and then he's asked to coach for Premier League over in London because they're setting him up to fail type of thing. That's the whole plot. But it is so wonderful and so funny and so charming and heartwarming. Am I the only one that watched Ted Lasso?
No,
No,
I
I
watched
just
it as
started
well.
it.
I liked it too, but I saw maybe in the same way that Human Centipede is not as scary as everyone builds it up to be. I had saw like I want to watch 1,000 more episodes of this. This is my, it was. I thought it
Those
was
were
good.
my tweets.
Maybe it was just you. I thought it was good and it was sweet. It was good and sweet, but I didn't have this like insatiable need to get to the next one. Weirdly, and I don't think I feel good about this, Emily in Paris, a show which I thought was going to be terrible and might be terrible from the beginning. The more I watched that, I was like, oh, I could just watch 1,000 more of these. This is like ridiculous, like escapist. I did I see that sour look on your face. I did like it. I just, it wasn't.
Okay, well, I will say this. Emily in Paris
me
was
personally.
at both times the worst and best thing I've ever seen. It was so just like, ugh, but then I was like, give me more.
Yeah.
A lot like Virgin River. I don't care, but I'm watching it. You watching that? Virgin
know what
River?
that is.
Season
Is that the
2
one
just
where
came
the
out on
woman,
Netflix.
the woman moves to the small town and lives in that cabin, and then the bartender's hot?
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched an episode of that.
It's so good, but not great.
Only one episode. Yeah, good
See?
but not great. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's what redeemed Emily in Paris, that her neighbor chef guy was hot.
Yes.
Yeah, he was hot. For sure.
I feel like I liked that show despite Emily. Like she was the weak spot. For sure.
Yeah.
The actress and the character. Sorry, Phil and Lily, if you're listening. I imagine Phil would defend her. Phil Collins is her dad.
Oh, I was like, who's Phil? Does he email a lot? Phil loves the show, you guys.
Yes. Well, anyway, Allie Segel, I think that is not just you. I think that is a lot of people. It is, I wish I could do that. Daniel and I we tend to watch TV late at night after the kids are in bed. And so we'll watch like 1 or 2 episodes before I am too tired to like process what I'm watching. So for us, it gets spaced out because we just don't have the time. But if it's something that just I'm watching, I would binge it, whatever it is, right away. I get sucked in. Like right now, I want to watch all of The Undoing.
Exactly.
Allie McKay, what is your Just Mirror Everyone?
I'm hoping maybe someone has said this in the past to lessen the blow of it sounding like I'm a complete sociopath. But And I saw that Tim Heidecker had mentioned when he's on a bridge, like he sometimes just thinks, what would happen if I jump type of thing.
Yes.
Mine is similar, and I know you guys feel this way. When you pull up to a stoplight and you're stopped, and then a pedestrian is walking through the crosswalk, do you think, what if I floor it? Like, how fast will they flip over the car? Will it hit them? They go under the car? Like, I don't want to hurt them, but what?
No, you're just into physics.
I'm into physics is what it is, Allison. I love science. Yeah. I don't want to hurt them. I just really, I want to hurt them.
I think, okay, so I was with you until you started talking about like the different ways the body would flip over the car or go under.
Okay,
and
that
then
was too much.
No, not.
Okay.
It's not too much. It's beautifully honest. I just don't actually do that personally, but I do have the fear of like, what if,
what if your foot slips off the pedal?
yeah,
that's
like I
the
find
thought I
myself
have.
mashing the brake
Okay.
pedal down. But especially after I had kids, all of a sudden I started having all sorts of like crazy intrusive thoughts. I think just because they're so fragile and I wasn't getting enough sleep, and it's like, any danger, I envisioned it happening to them. It was not the kind of thing. It was postpartum depression, but it wasn't the kind of thing where I'm like, oh no, what if I hurt them? It was just, how can I protect them? I remember I would be like, sorry, I have sort of hijacked your JMO. I'll get back to yours in a second.
No,
but like,
I'm very happy that it's out there and I'm done.
the first time we ever took Elliot to a restaurant, I was just like, there's so many knives. What if someone like accidentally throws a knife at him? What if a knife falls on him? Or the first time I was pushing him in a stroller down an aisle at a grocery store, I'm like, what if all the soup cans fall off and hit him? Like just anything. Yeah. It was like a very unpleasant way to live. But I think that is very similar to what you're talking about, actually, brain-wise. So I'm sure it's not just you.
I do it.
You do.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, Allie.
Big time, babe.
Do you typically see the bodies flipping over or going under?
Well, when you said that was interesting. I feel like if you reverse over someone, they go under. If you're going fast
they
at
go
them,
over.
they flip up.
See? Physics. We're super into physics.
Not all blondes are dumb, babe.
Tony, do you have that?
Do I have that? No, I have the thing of like the irrational, like what if my foot slips off the brake and then somehow slams onto the accelerator? But that's about as far as it goes, yeah. Although I have any of you ever gotten to a stoplight and just sort of like spaced out and treated it like a stop sign?
Yes. I have
Yo,
treated a
that's scary.
four-way like that.
Yeah, it is terrifying.
Oh, wait.
The second you realize you do it, it is so scary.
No, I have not. I don't think I've done that. What I've done is I've treated I have completely forgotten the rules of how a four-way stop works. And I've just been like, okay, and now I'm going to go. Like, with not like, person on the right goes like that. And then I've just been like, oh, I'm a total asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tony, I've done that. And you're instantly in a game of Frogger.
Yeah.
And it is terrifying.
I mean,
because you stop and you're like, my turn. And then cars are like going like, it's terrifying.
Well, thankfully, when I did it, I think I've done it more than once, but thankfully it was like not in a busy area. So it like really didn't matter. But it was just that like as soon as I did it, I realized I was like, oh, that could have been awful. And it was still terrifying, even though no one was around.
Well, it's good that you continue doing it.
Yeah, and I hope
You'll get it right.
I have to squeeze one in
Practice
before the
makes
year's
perfect.
over.
You're like, I don't know. I've done it 7, 8 times.
There is, and again, people love the hyper local content. There is an intersection in Los Feliz or Silver Lake, and it's right next to a gas station. But for some reason, it's always confusing to me where the limit line is.
It's like I think it's Hollywood and Sunset where they meet, I think. is
Oh,
what
the
you're talking
junction
about.
where you go down to the left.
Yeah, that weird thing.
I don't know if it's. I think that might be a separate weird thing, but maybe it is. I don't know. All I know is a couple times I'll be at a red light and I'll be like, oh shit, I'm like I feel like I'm, and again, I don't have, this might be more, no, maybe I'm like 10 feet or 15 feet further than where I'm supposed to be. And I'm like dangling in traffic now. What do I do?
Oh.
And that happened to me more than once. Then I just like reversed and felt like an idiot.
No, you've
I've done it. Yeah. All right. Tony, did you have one? Did you just do one?
No. I have a Christmas themed one.
Ooh.
I'm listening.
So yes, as I love Christmas. I love Christmas decorations. I can't get enough of them. I want more all the time. However, when it comes to ornaments, I have like a weird rule that they have to have a Christmas element to them. You know what I mean? Like, so you can go to like Target or something and you'll just see this. Here's an R2D2 ornament, and that's all it is. It's just R2D. It's just like an action figure, basically hanging. Like, if you put a Santa hat on him, I want it. But if it's just a plain thing that has nothing to do with Christmas, but it's an ornament, I don't want it.
Interesting. You can't be the only one.
I would assume not, but I don't know that I've talked to anybody else that.
Did you have to get rid of some ornaments you had that didn't have Christmas?
No, because I just don't buy them.
Aspects?
Although people have given me some that are like that, and I just tend to not use those ones.
I know. Now I'm rethinking the Hawaiian Santas I gave. No, they were Hawaiian Santas.
They were Christmas, and I think they all said Mele Kalikimaka. So
yeah, but I mean, I didn't know that there was guidelines I had to fit into. Thank God I did.
Yeah, you killed it.
I'm kind of with you. I don't actually put this into practice, but I do. Like, there's a few random ornaments where it's like, oh, it's a guitar. Okay.
Yeah, I will make one exception. There's occasional exceptions. A big one I'll make is like sometimes like from like when I was on tour or something. If I was traveling somewhere, like I have just like a Sydney, Australia ornament and stuff like that. Like if it's like kind of like things along those lines from a big trip or something. I'll let those slide, but otherwise, give me that Christmas stuff.
Wait, Tony plays drums in Motion City Soundtrack. You guys must have been guests on K-Rock, right?
No, we never had luck with radio.
Oh,
awkward.
Me neither.
Okay. A Kimmy thing says, controversial. I honestly don't care which way the toilet paper hangs off the roll.
Monster.
I am someone, I guess actually I don't feel that strongly, because I know that a lot of people, Daniel included, my husband, feel that it has to be over, and sometimes I like it under. I'm okay with it.
I change it in people's homes.
You put it over.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Is that aggressive? Like, what are you doing having it under? Says the girl that talks about people flipping over her car.
Wait, why do you feel so strongly?
I don't know. It's over, and then it comes out so much easier.
Yeah, I think
I don't
so,
know.
too.
I just think it's neater that way. If it's under, it could always just roll, and it's not as clean.
Au contraire.
Oh.
And I know that I'm dangerously dancing I'm on thin ice now, because I know you have strong feelings about this, and yet here I go anyway. I feel that when it's under, and I know people they're hitting that unsubscribe button right now, and I'm losing listeners. When I pull, it's easier to rip if it hangs under, because if it's over, sometimes like you might try to rip and then it just unspools.
That's like an aggressive rip. Like, how you got to be more gentle with your toilet paper.
I just think you should be able to rip with one hand.
Also, I think I don't have cats, but now that I think about it, I think over might be an issue. Like if they go to pot, it would come up. Oh, Allison, you might be changing me.
Yeah, I don't have cats either, but I'll take it.
How do 3 of us women on here not have cats?
I know. Good for us.
I
Feminist
had
win.
Cats. Maybe that's why.
Wait, did you say you hate cats?
I hate cats.
I hate
Do you
cats,
remember
too.
like that one? What's that show with it's in black and white, and it was always on KTLA with Rod Serling?
Twilight Zone?
Twilight Zone. Do you remember that Twilight Zone where the cats pushed a radio into the bathtub and totally electrocuted the owner, and then the cats had full reign of the house? I saw that once when my babysitter shouldn't have let us be watching that, and ever since then, I'm terrified of cats. They are gonna kill us in the tub.
Well, cats would eat you if you died in your house. They would eat you.
For
Dogs
sure.
wouldn't do that.
Tony, can you find, if they're easy to find, the drops Jeff made of me saying negative things about cats?
Oh,
These
right.
are doctor drops.
Yes.
Jeff, my old producer, was convinced that I hated cats, so he spliced together stuff to make it sound like I was super anti-cat. But, okay, so I had Bob Saget on my show recently. How would you take this? He said to me, remind me, how many cats do you have? Yeah. And I said, I have none.
Yeah, not
It was
nice.
interesting. His assumption was that I just had it wasn't, do you have cats? It's how many. And I realized that to him, I'm someone who has a lot of cats. No offense to people who have a lot of cats, but it kind of often is a type. Cats can
No, you thought
suck
you
a
hoarded
dick.
cats.
Come and get me. Cats are not okay. Cats are gross.
You want more?
Yeah, are there more?
I mean, there's a few more, yeah.
Fuck you. Cats. And the cat, I would dump in a cup and then pour some almond milk and drown it in Truvia.
I think that's it.
Wow.
Okay.
She really hates cats.
Okay. A Kimmy thing also says, just me or everyone, don't care which way my dollar bills face in my wallet. And I don't put them in value order either. Yes, my ones and my 20s hang out. Yeah, my wallet is a mess.
No, got to be in order.
Really?
Yeah. And heads all facing the same way.
Yep.
What?
Yeah. 20, 10s, 5s, 1s, all facing the same way.
Because then you're not
Whoa.
fumbling around, and when you need it, and you can just right where it all is, and you're just boom, you're done.
I don't use cash that often.
Well, I don't either, but
But if you need to, it's
Yeah.
all in order. Mm-hmm. And do you have the bigger denominations on the inside, like on the front?
No.
Or the back?
That's where the ones are.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Allie Segel?
I don't even think I carry cash on me anymore. And if I do, I don't care where it's usually in my car, like one's on my seat. Like I am
Doesn't
not
sound
organized.
safe, Allie.
I am not organized in any way whatsoever, toilet paper or dollar bill wallet wise.
I don't even carry a proper wallet. I shouldn't announce this in case someone listening wants to pickpocket me. I don't even carry a proper wallet anymore.
I don't
haven't
either.
in years. It's just
Neither.
like a change purse. Because I used to carry a wallet and it would turn into a Costanza wallet so fast. It was always like, it took up so much room.
Wait, why
I just put
shouldn't
my
you-
ID and my credit card in my pocket and then I leave the house.
That's
None
a
of
little
this is
further than I
safe.
go.
None of this is safe, and I don't feel good talking about it.
What was your question, Tony?
I was gonna say, why shouldn't you share that if someone would pickpocket you because you don't have anything?
No, because they'll be like, "Oh, this must be that coin purse she talked about." That
Oh,
chain.
yeah.
This is where all her goods are.
Yeah, they're dying for those coins.
Well, it's got the cash and the credit cards tucked in.
Okay.
And the errant business. I just don't throw things out. So it's got receipts, it's got business cards, it's got just so much shit in there. But so you guys carry like actual wallets.
I just bought a new wallet on Friday. The big, what's it called? Friday
Black Friday?
sales?
Black Friday.
Yeah. I have had the same Kate Spade wallet that has the little plastic part in the front that you would put your license
ID?
in from back in the day when you're like, ew, at a bar, there's my ID. It's a total dork, right? I have had that for close to 15 years. And I thought, you know what? You deserve it. Buy yourself a new wallet, young lady.
Did you buy it when you went on birth control pills?
I've been buying a lot. I've been buying a lot of stuff I don't need.
Oh no, I didn't mean it like that. Although that's interesting. I meant you said 15 years, which is how long you were on birth control pills, right? Oh
No, even
20
longer.
years.
Even
20,
longer on
okay.
birth control.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations on the new wallet.
Thank you,
Have you
Alison.
ever had one of the wallets that you put your whole checkbook in? Because I've never had that either. I've never had
No,
like a
that's
big.
like a mom thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if they even make those anymore. I bet they do. I feel like my sister still has one.
Really?
I
Is it
feel
by
like it.
Dooney and Burke?
I think my mom had a Dooney and Burke.
That's what my mom had. A total Dooney and Burke, and you'd flip it open, and she's like, "Let me take the checkbook out." And you're like, "Mom, we're only buying 3 things. Why do you have to write a check?" What?
Tony, do you even know what Dooney and Burke is?
Nope.
Dooney and Burke is like pretty high end, right? A high end maker of satchels and whatnot.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. Jen T says, I don't like that Twitter shows me tweets from people I don't follow just because someone I do follow follows them. It happens a lot with journalists that follow people in the Trump admin, and I hate it. Let's see if I got to follow that. I don't like that Twitter shows me tweets from people I don't follow just because someone I do follow follows them. So like if they like or fave it, is that what she's talking about?
I think
Or
I'll see those
retweets
pop
or
up
something?
occasionally.
Yeah.
Or sometimes they'll reply to someone, and then you'll see, even if you don't follow both people, it'll show up for you for some reason.
Right. More often, I'll see a tweet from someone and I'll be like, who is this? Why is this showing up? And then it's like, oh, I follow them. Who is this person I chose to follow? And sometimes people will reach out to me and be like, who are you? Why am I following you? And I always have a very negative reaction to that. But sometimes when I wonder that about someone, then I'm like, oh, I kind of get it. Like, obviously, I saw this person on something at some point and thought I should follow them or something. I don't know.
That's such a weird thing to message someone. I would never.
It's
message
rude.
Someone that, just unfollow if you don't want to follow someone. So
Right.
weird.
No, I think they genuinely are like, can you remind me why I thought you were relevant one day at some point? Because I'm not
rude.
getting a lot of it from your feed right now.
Clears it up. Yeah.
You guys, this was so much fun. You have to come back. You're
love to.
my favorites.
You say that to everyone.
Say that to all your Allies.
I mean, I do like a lot of people, but this was really fun. And as we were doing it, I was like, you guys have to come back.
I'm sorry I talked about human centipedes so much. It's just I have a habit of doing
No, I
that.
People are good. Is that part of your brand?
Yeah.
I think people are going to love it. I'm going to do a thing now where I offer my plugs last, but that does not mean people should turn off because they think they've already heard mine. Maybe I have new plugs. Oh, also, I can't believe I didn't mention this earlier. I would like to thank and welcome our new patrons, Ryan H., Jeremy K., Alan C., Krista, and Michael S. Thank you for joining. I hope that it is everything that you want it to be. I think it is. Patreon.com/Alison Rosen. Okay.
Patreon.
Allie Segel, where can we find you? What should we look out for, etc.?
So I have a podcast called Web Crawlers. It is on the Erios network, which is one of the first female networks where everything is edited by women. All the podcasters are women and all the producers are women. Margaret Cho has a podcast on there. I have a podcast on there, which, all the greats. It is called it is called Web Crawlers. It's like paranormal, supernatural, true crime, and the occult with me and Melissa Stetton. And you can find that on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, anywhere where podcasts are. And you can find me on Twitter @OnlineAllison.
Yay. Allie McKay.
I started a Patreon podcast with my former colleague, Bean, from The Kevin and Bean Show. We started it October 12th, so we're almost 2 months into the Patreon game, and it's fun, and we have a really good time, and you could start listening to it for a whopping $3 a month. That's 25 cents. 25 cents, essentially, a show, which is just not a lot. And we've got to up those prices. So get in now, I guess is what I'm saying. But it's really fun. And if you just go to Patreon and /Allie and Bean, it's ALLIE and Bean. And it's called A Cup of Tea and a Chat. And, on yesterday's podcast, we talked about Toy Story. Why so soon? I don't know. But I talked about Little Bo Peep slang and pussy. So it's that kind of show if that's what you're into. Hello?
That sounds great.
You guys there?
Tony.
At Tony Thaxton, Twitter and Instagram, and my podcast, Bizarre Albums. And that's all right now.
And if you haven't heard or seen my Monday episode with Tim Heidecker, go check that out. It's on youtube.com/Alison Rosen. Please subscribe to me on YouTube. I'm basing my self-worth on those numbers. youtube.com/Alison Rosen. And follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Alison Rosen. And listen to Childish. And I love you. Thank you for listening. I love you. You matter. Goodbye.
Hey, do you know about the Alison Rosen Show? We had a good time, but now we gotta go.